During our most recent Land and Sea adventure, you saw me go to Walt Disney World and the Disney Cruise Line, but when I was at Walt Disney World, you saw something unique. I didn't go to one of the Disney theme parks. Now, I'm very proud to be an annual pass holder. I have this annual pass slider here, which I really do value. I love the fact that I can go in anytime, and now have the Platinum Plus package, so I can go to the water parks. It's all great. But I didn't go this time, and you might be asking why. The reason is my family didn't have tickets to get into the parks. I had an annual pass, but they didn't have tickets during our adventure. Actually, you know what? I could not go into the Magic Kingdom even if I wanted to at this moment because I don't have a ticket to this party. So it's perfect anyway. We're gonna take a few pictures just right out here with these pumpkins. It saved us a whole bunch of money, no doubt about it. But for someone who loves Disney as much as I do, it was more difficult than I thought not to go into the parks when I was at Walt Disney World. When I was in the moment on our adventure at Walt Disney World and the Disney Cruise Line, I was with my family, we were having a good time. Disney Springs, it is all great. We did have a great time. I'm not taking away from our adventure at all. And it really didn't hit me until I got home. Once I got home, I kind of thought about it more. I realized it more. It's like, I kind of miss the Food and Wine Festival. Wish I had gotten back to that. Or I really wish I had seen a little bit more Halloween decorations at the Magic Kingdom. So it was after I got back, I had this feeling like, I kind of want to see more. But I have another trip coming up very soon where I will be spending a lot of time in the parks. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I wanted to make this video because I got a few questions about what it's like to not go into the parks and visit Walt Disney World. You may have seen in the vlogs, we had a great time. We went to Disney Springs a lot. We went to Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge. We went to Fort Wilderness and the Hoop-de-Doo Review. We saw and did a lot during the land portion of our Land and Sea adventure. My entire family, including myself, was very happy with how it turned out. It was a magical trip. We had a great time. We loved seeing the animals and spending time and just relaxing for a few minutes. My family were used to running around through the parks and seeing the rides and seeing the shows. They really enjoyed this more relaxed pace. Now, that being said, do I think that going to Disney World and not going to the parks is for everyone? No, I don't. I think that some people would really miss it a lot more than others. That being said, there are some, like those in my family, who love going to Disney and experiencing the magic outside of the parks sometimes. Not all the time, because we went 2 years ago as a family, but sometimes to experience the magic without going into the parks. So let's say you find yourself in a similar situation where you're going to Disney World, but you're really trying to save a lot of money and you're not sure about the cost of those tickets and you're considering not going into the parks. If you're like me and love going to Disney and love experiencing the magic in and outside of the parks, you might end up missing it after your trip. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or that you can't try it, it's that you might miss it after the trip, like I do right now. I loved our vacation, loved it, but I missed the parks just a little bit. So the big question I keep asking myself, Michael, if you're in the same position next year and the whole family we're going to go on a Land and Sea adventure, because we're already thinking about something like that for next year, would you do it the same way? Would you not go into the parks the same way? Perhaps, maybe, but I think I would want to have some other time to go to the parks maybe before and after, very similar to what I'm doing here with trips that I can go into the parks and then I can do family time outside of the parks and then I can go back into the parks, but you never know what the future holds. Now, there are other ways to save money at Walt Disney World besides not going into the parks. I have made a few videos about those topics, which I will link in the description of this video, but if you can think of any other ways to save money at Disney, let us know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.